The stock market is simply not getting much traction. I had a nice day yesterday, relatively nice day. Monday, I'm thinking about Monday. Yesterday was somewhat tepid. Today, not a great day for the markets, especially the NASDAQ. It fell 2%, 372 points. We had a continued sell-off in the tech stocks. Very interesting. Again, leave your thoughts and comments below as to what's going on. I will say this, the markets, let's say the sell-off accelerated towards the second half of the trading session when the Trump administration came out and said they were holding a 4 p.m. Eastern Time press conference to announce new automobile tariffs, auto tariffs. As of recording this video, right now it's about 2:20 p.m. on West Coast time, PST. There still is no press conference being held, so I'll have to touch base with you on that tomorrow. Let's see what is announced and how aggressive it is. These markets are on pins and needles right now, with the unknown. And that goes for the stock market, goes for the crypto market. Gold and silver were down a little bit today. I'm going to discuss silver in a few minutes here, so hang tight. I'm going to show you some of the silver I keep behind me on the desk. I get many comments about that. But I want to address just markets and then one story I saw about student loans that I think is very important to share. But look, we have a lot of uncertainty in the markets, and it also spills over into the cryptocurrency market as well. Gold and silver, like I said, were down. And towards the end of the day, they started to kind of come back more towards even. And we'll see how it opens tomorrow after. Of course, they always do these announcements at 4 p.m. after the markets close, right? So initial shock, whatever it might be, doesn't set until the next day. The story I want to share with you out of CNBC this morning, I saw over 9 million student loan borrowers past due after bills restarted, the Fed estimates. It's very interesting, this student loan situation. They did this, if you recall, not just with student loans during the pandemic, but also with mortgages, where they said, don't worry, we'll give you some reprieve on your mortgages. And then when it went back into effect, they weren't really giving anybody any deals at all, and it had negative impact on thousands and thousands of mortgage holders, a negative impact meaning their credit scores. So this is around 9.7 million student loan borrowers became past due on their bills after the COVID-era payment pause expired, according to a new estimate by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. After the COVID-era pause on federal student loan payments expired in September 2023, the Biden administration offered borrowers a 12-month on-ramp to repayment. During that time, borrowers were shielded from most of the consequences of falling behind on their payments. That relief period expired on September 30th of 2024. It says by the end of the off-ramp period, the New York Fed estimates that the volume of past due federal student loans hit 15.6%, with over $250 billion in delinquent student loan debt. According to these numbers, it's reasonable to expect student loan delinquency, it says, to surpass pre-pandemic levels when new delinquencies hit credit reports, the Fed's report says. Again, going into the pandemic, the student loan delinquency rates, as it says, were rising, and as they were going late, 60, 90, 30, their credit scores, the borrowers' credit scores were being impacted. All that came to a halt during COVID, when the government said, okay, we'll put everything on hold, and we will, basically circle back when we can, when we know more. But until then, don't worry about making your payments, and don't worry, it's not going to affect your credit scores. Well, guess what? Now it is. A new student loan delinquency can cause, it says, a borrower's credit score to drop more than 150 points. So again, comment below. I would imagine that most of the viewers of this channel, if they did have student debt, they're no longer carrying student debt. But if you're parents of students that have student loan debt, or maybe you have some debt or know someone who does, has this impacted their credit score? All right, because it's very difficult once the credit score gets hit with a negative, a derogatory comment, whatever that is, a 30, a 60, a 90. It's very difficult to get that reversed. It can be done, but only really if it's an error, okay? And this doesn't sound to me like it's going to be an error. And so, boom, we have to see how this is going to affect people. These are a lot of young people that are looking to eventually buy a home, looking to eventually start a family. And folks, I know you say live outside the system, but to exist in society right now, part of the gauge of your credit worthiness is your credit score. Now, if you have any intention of buying a home, buying a car, financing anything of any consequence, you have to have a solid credit score. So that was the story I wanted to share with you about the student loan borrowers. That thing is a total fiasco. Next story is about silver, and that leads me to the reason for the thumbnail today. As you guys probably see in lots of my videos, I always keep some silver stacked up behind me on the desk in front of me, which you can't see. I also keep some silver. I just like having it around. I've got a couple of coins here. I think this one I put in the thumbnail. This is a Libertad or Libertad, Mexican Libertad. This is a 5-ounce coin. I found this not too long ago at my coin shop. That is a proof coin. Really amazing coin. Let's see, what else do I have here? A couple Canadian coins. These are 1.5 ounces. And this is from 2017. This is the Grizzly Bear series that they released. If you guys can see that, hopefully it's focusing okay. So that's a Canadian coin. I also got the 2017, I believe it is. Excuse me, 2016. This is what they call the Snow Falcon. And that's also 1.5 ounces, 1.5 ounce, 4 nines. These are 4 nines on these coins. So beautiful, beautiful coins. Again, do I recommend if you're just trying to amass ounces of silver, going out and buying premium coins? No, but it is one way to do it. And obviously you pay a little bit more premiums depending on what you want to buy. These are the couple of the Panda series. You guys can see that. That is a 2017 coin. You guys can see that. Pretty cool, huh? So anyway, that's just some of the stuff I have in front of me on the desk. Of course, got to have the Silver Eagle. Again, premiums on these guys, they are coming down. They're not where, let's say, basic silver rounds are. But they are coming down, so it's just one thing to consider. I bought some more silver today. Yes, silver is higher than it's been, but I'll tell you, it's still the ratio of silver to gold right now is almost 90-1. Basing that on spot price as of recording this video, gold at $3,021 an ounce, silver at $33.70 an ounce. Go back and do your homework on this. It's a pretty healthy ratio there. So again, not telling you to go out and buy silver, not giving you any advice at all in that regard in terms of investments or what your chosen vehicles are. It's just something I do. It's fun. It's a way. It's almost like a forced savings plan. And my personal belief is that we will see silver break out. We know it's bound by a lot of manipulation, paper price manipulation, a lot of big short positions in contracts. So you guys, it's very interesting what has happened over the many, many years that I've been interested in silver. To see how it's been throttled. It doesn't stop me, okay? I keep stacking the stuff. I also do other things as well. You know that. I like real estate. I like cryptocurrencies. I like gold. So anyway, the story I saw from, where did this come from? From Kitco this morning. What Silver Strong Q1 performance indicates. It says, while gold held above the crucial $3,000 mark, silver has, how has silver fared in the first few months of 2025? Very interesting to see how it's done. Silver's up 6.3% so far in March. Silver took a step back, losing 2.4% in February after adding 10% in January. So with March's gains, we're looking at roughly 13% gains so far for 2025 for silver. Again, if you compare that to what has been happening with the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and NASDAQ, I think you'll see a substantial divergence. And I don't think you have any positive return. Again, leave your comment below relative to the stock market. Now, everything goes in cycles. We understand that. Remember, gains are rarely linear in a bull market, it says. Make no mistake, though, silver is just getting started. Since last year, we've been trying to get the word out what an incredible opportunity there is for profit with silver in this current bull market. Silver rose 21% in 2024 and looks set to outpace that significantly if silver's performance in quarter one, it says, is any indication. Silver is strutting towards an all-time high of $50 an ounce, but at around $33 today. There's plenty of time to get in as silver starts to gain. Analysts at major financial institutions are predicting silver will reach $38 to $50 by year's end, with an even higher peak over the next few years. Leave your comments below what you think silver should be at right now. A whole heck of a lot higher than $50 from my perspective. It says, what's driving the spot price of silver? The current rally in silver is driven by the record-breaking rally in gold prices, as the price movement of gold is often the rising tide that lifts all precious metals. Like gold, silver is perceived, it says, as a safe haven asset in this environment of continuing global geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainties. However, unlike gold, silver's essential role in electronics manufacturing and renewable energy technologies means that there is even stronger industrial demand. Many investors, it says, are keeping an eye on the gold to silver ratio, tracking the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy 1 ounce of gold. It's at 91 to 1, which was as of the time they released this article. The ratio is historically elevated, suggesting that both gold and silver have a long way to go before they peak. Silver tends to outperform gold in a bull market, but not until the later stages, at which point the ratio reverts towards the long-term average. What does it come out of the ground? Something like 8 to 1? Is 8 to 1, something like that, where it's taken out of the ground? Taken all, and I think over time, over history, it's averaged about 15 to 1. Again, chime in on that if you guys have any different information. I did not Google those stats. I'm just pulling that from memory. Taking all these factors into consideration, as well as surprisingly low premiums on bullion product as demand has not yet caught up with the rising spot prices, there's an excellent opportunity to buy silver well in this market. Again, sharing with you this article from Kitco. Obviously, Kitco is a precious metals based publication and news source. So take that with a grain of salt, but love to hear you guys if you're into silver. Hashtag silver in the comments, and love to hear what you guys are doing in that regard. Again, are you looking just to stack bullion and get in for the cheapest price per ounce possible, or are you loading up with stuff that are you at least adding stuff like this that it does have a higher premium, but obviously provides some pretty cool eye candy as well. So I won't go too long today. Let's see what happens with the Trump auto tariffs. As you know, we also have this so-called Liberation Day coming up on April 2nd, wherein the administration is supposed to announce further tariff issues and make further announcements regarding tariffs. However, the administration in the last couple of days has been apparently softening their stance on how those will be rolled out. Stock markets are sensing more pain ahead, though. So everyone be careful, stay safe, a lot happening. I'll talk to all of you soon. Bye.